Let's go.
I think so.
Because I mean, yeah, we can have a bit of a slow start. So, do people remember what happened last time?
Nope.
We killed a bunch of innocent people, right?
Totally, that's what you did. You totally killed a bunch of innocent people.
That's what we do every session, isn't it?
So we went to the combat and we got all the smugglers, and what happened then?
It's a really big turn order.
You just killed everyone. Basically, you took 2 people prisoner, and that's where we left it off. You were going to loot bodies.
No, we weren't.
That's what you were going to do. That's where you left off. Lime, you also picked up a special item, which is now there. I did get your cantrip working, and make sure you mark off spells, because when I was checking your character sheet, I don't think you were marking off spells.
Alright, guys. First thing to do, medicine check.
No, you're not going. No, no, they're dead.
No.
They're dead, Jim.
No. No. I will save them.
Did I lose only 3 hit points in the entire battle?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Did
cool.
I lose no hit points that entire battle?
I can't. Yeah, no, you did use some. Because I think it didn't. No, you hit. You almost hit Eileen, but
Wait, is my
yeah.
token not synced up with my character sheet?
Is it not?
Because it says I have 21 health on my character sheet, but it has 17 on my token.
Let me check. Did that change your? Is that like changing your health at all?
Let me reopen the character sheet, and absolutely not.
Interesting. So I just dragged your. So you do have 17 health right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like I just dragged it off the thing, but.
Okay, wait. Let me try changing the health in my character sheet. That did absolutely nothing. Okay. Well, that's weird. That's not working.
So loads of copies of you. I'm just gonna quick test it out with Rob's character. Oh yeah, no, it's not working for Rob's either.
Sorry, what's that? Not working?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
What's not working?
Health.
Anything syncing. 35. Okay. Yeah, nothing at all is syncing up. That is odd. Alright, time to post another post to the bug forum.
As long as you write down your health on your character sheet, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Mine's working fine, it seems.
So wait, if I do 10 damage to you, does your character sheet also have take 10 damage?
Yep.
And I've healed you by 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is yours working but theirs isn't?
Mine was just that great. I'm a robot or something.
I'm trying to. That's weird.
That's weird.
I'm also just going to make it so everyone's got whisper GM rolls on. so they can choose to whisper roles to me.
Oh, that's good. I'm just
I already
gonna
did that.
head down.
Yeah. I actually noticed that. I just noticed on your sheet, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think this was a feature for a while."
I put that on my last character like a few weeks ago too, and then I started just put it on here now.
So yeah, for now, while this HP thing is being weird, just make sure you memorize your own things. Not memorize, but write down on your own character sheet your HP. Is it broken for anyone else?
Mine's working fine.
Okay, so it's working for Lime. Working for Dabo.
Your health, is it not correlating between your character and the sheet?
It's not working for Rob.
Huh.
But it is working for Malreinn.
Maybe like try switching the character that it represents.
I just did, yeah, already, like a couple times.
Hmm. Huh.
And it's working for Goat as well. So it's just not working for you and Rob.
Well, him and Rob don't really matter. I mean, to be honest, let's just kill the characters and then hope it works next
Excuse me?
session. You know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Just as long as we make sure that you and Rob's healths are right on your character sheet. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to check out real quick. What health are you on your new character? Can you just put your health to full on your character sheet, Bongo? Okay. Okay, so still when I drag it out, you see it's 17.
Yeah.
So
Wait. Attributes
at least
and
yours isn't completely broken, but with Rob's, like, it does seem to be even more broken. Oh no, okay, Rob's just seems to work as well. I think it's just a mild glitch. Worst case scenario, we could just remake your character sheets or something. But yeah, anyway. What would you people like to do?
That's a good question.
Chest. The chest is currently locked. You just try out the lock, and it seems to have a place for a key to open it up. A very big brown trunk-like chest in this cave. Everyone also re-notices this, but this place reeks of the smell of this red and white spice.
What is this place?
You are standing on a small desk. Also, these two are both restrained. Like the two people who are still alive are both restrained.
I'm gonna guard over them.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to just have a look around, you can just make me an investigation check if you're just looking around. If you're just looking around the smuggler's stuff, if you're just going to loot the bodies, since Malreinn was looting the bodies, I'll just say he gets he can add this stuff to his character sheet. You find 30 silver pieces. You also find 4 sets of tattered leather armor, 4 daggers, 2 silver rings, and you find a key on this dual wielder's body. So did you get all that?
yoink the key.
You don't even need to make a sleight of hand. Just make sure cumulatively you can add that stuff to your character sheets. Just make sure you split it out so nobody's duplicating things. So Bongo's taken this key, and you're just immediately going up to see if it's in the chest.
Yes.
Inside the chest, you find a bunch of paper. Really, you can give me an investigation check as you just rifle through this paper to see what's actually in here.
All right.
And also, who's adding what to their stuff? Who's like taking what? Is Eileen going to burn all the papers?
Do not.
I'm not gonna take anything if not told.
Okay. That leaves 1 silver ring, 4 daggers, 30 silver pieces, and 4 sets of leather armor. Okay. Yeah. As you're looking through all these papers, you just reading over a bit of them. It seemed to be mostly documents about where these spices are going to. A few that mention going to the capital of Niflheim, which is Valra, and Niflheim is this winter area. But generally, you don't really find much of interest amongst the papers. It seems to just be a lot of documents.
All right, I'm gonna take the papers.
Okay, you can't take all of them. There's like so much in this chest, but you can take a few that like are relevant to where the spice is going if you want.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Grab those up. You can add just. You don't even need to add it to your character sheet really, because it's not like they.
Spice
There's more just.
documents.
If you want to, yeah, you can add just spice documents.
I refuse not to add things to my character sheet.
But yeah.
Why does nothing have a weight? Gosh.
I'll say since Eileen is also looking through the chest, since she was right by it, she can make me a perception check since she's not looking as intensely. She's more just like looking around, and she's right by it as you were opening up and looking through it. You do spot something that he seems to miss. As he's just rifling through loads of papers, you see him sort of just pass over 2 tightly rolled up scrolls. Just like sort of camouflaged amongst this paper. You sort of open up these scrolls and just read what they are. They both seem to be a scroll with the spell web stored on it. So you can add 2 scrolls of web to your character sheet
Web.
if you would like.
Is it like turn this button?
Okay, give 1 to Bongo.
Wait, what am I getting? Web?
A scroll of web.
Scroll of web. Ooh. Do I get to go in the dark web with this?
No, but since you're a wizard, you can eventually add it to your permanent list of spells.
You're a wizard, Bob.
Okay, and Bongo takes silver pieces. I think there's just the armor, right? Because his Faendal took all the daggers. And so yeah, if anyone wants to take this leather armor, it's quite heavy. You probably the only person of you who would be able to carry all of them at the same time would probably be either Markus or the fortress.
What does leather armor even give you?
It gives you 11 AC.
Oh, that's worse than
basically,
my AC right now.
plus your dex.
I get better AC not wearing armor than wearing
Plus,
armor.
I
I
forget
don't
what
know
I
if you
did with
can.
my
Oh no,
AC.
you can wear armor. But
What is my AC?
you can't wear it. Most of you wouldn't be able to use this very effectively. I think Lima's already got leather armor, but she's like the only person who could actually use it effectively. Oh, and Malreinn. I think everyone who could use it has it, and it's also this leather armor is all broken in different pieces. You could probably sell it for some money, but it's not like great to wear.
I have basically studded leather.
Yeah.
Arcana mechanical armor.
Mage Hand could probably carry 1 set.
Can you remember how I did my armor?
Yes, you effectively have I think it was you have technically a chainmail and shield.
Well, yeah, and the shield's like optional.
Yeah. Oh, so wait, yeah. Let me just check if I got it right. Your AC should be 16, right?
15.
It should be 16 though, because you get a +2 when you're like using the shield. So it should be 16 normally. Let's see if.
Okay.
There we go. Just do it like that. Cool. Yeah, just searching the bed. Generally, with the investigation check before, that's what you were doing, searching the room. Most of this room is just filled with spice. But apart from what's on the bodies and the papers that were in the chest, you don't really find anything else of merit in this room. This is why I typically don't use maps for non-combats, because it's like, I will search this crate. Now I will move over here and search this crate.
I will search this
Okay,
guy.
take the pillow. Smothering and sleeping, the two best uses of pillows. Anyway, is there anything else you want to do down in this cave? It's not a pillar. It's like well, it's not really a pillar. It's more like natural rock.
Just gonna like phase through the rock right there.
Yeah.
Make a facing through walls check. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'll do that right now. Oh, sweet. There we go.
What skill is that?
Dexterity.
Yeah, I guess. There's quite a few spells. Like, I mean, there's Gaseous Form, which can allow you to move through small gaps. I think there's some that make you incorporeal. I know there's a lot of creatures that can move through walls. Yeah, basically ghosts. But yeah, if there's nothing else you want to do here, you could head back to the town.
Yeah, and I'll drag these two dudes with me.
Here, drag them.
Yeah.
Are you carrying the leather armor, the tattered leather armor?
Me?
Yeah.
Did someone tell me to?
It's more, yeah, because like nobody else can really carry all of them.
Sure.
Just you can add 4 tattered armor then to your inventory.
All right.
Okay, so we're just heading back to town.
Yep.
Okay. You head back, and the sun is set at this point, to the point where it's getting quite late, about 3 a.m. as you get back. And Pike, this woman at the thieving den, has been staying up for you, and she seems quite relieved when you come back. It's like, oh, I was getting quite worried. What happened?
We killed everybody.
We didn't kill everybody.
So you found their base of operations.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad this is all done with.
Yes.
I think we all are.
Oh, payment. I almost forgot. Here. And she sort of just walks around, and in each of your hands gives you 30 gold pieces.
Oh boy.
Boy, I'm rich.
Boy, me.
Yeah, to you as well. Before, it was only the 3 of them when they were dealing with it alone, but when everyone sort of got involved. She seems to sort of notice at this point that you've added 2 people to your party, and so she goes over to Malreinn and Faendal as well. It's like, you helped. If you helped, then I'd be happy to pay you. It's worth it in the long run. Gold, 30 gold pieces. It's getting quite late. You probably want to rest. Is there anything else? Have you dealt? Is this all of these smugglers dealt with?
Well, there's the two in my hand.
Oh,
so-
you can just take them over to the guard station across the street and have them locked up with Durian.
Yes, madam.
Oh, of course. If you're just staying the night, I can give you the room for free. You've done more than enough to help this town. I only have 3 rooms available, though.
I'm already bringing the people to the thing.
Okay, you sort of just walk off and you bring them in. They take them and lock them up. You see Durian on your way in, and he sort of recoils in fear as you walk in,
I've
sort of getting back and making himself small.
I've some space available in my room if anyone needs it.
It's 3 rooms, including your room. So there are 3 in total, including the one that like Bongo already has. 3, yeah, 3 empty ones. Yeah, I know that she's saying like there's like 6 people in your group, and there's only 3 rooms to split them amongst.
Well, I'd be happy to have you.
Okay, witch and wizard go in one room. Okay, so Faendal and Markus get into another room, and then it's Malreinn and Mala. Okay, in that case, does anyone want to do anything before getting some rest?
I'm already off. Whoa.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't take long to put them away, and then you just come back to the inn. You can go up to a room if you want, or you can just stay
I'm
down
staying
and
down in the.
just rest.
Yeah.
If you would like to perform, there's not many people. It's very late. It's like 3 a.m. So it's basically just you wouldn't get much of an audience. Okay. Just give me I'd say give me a dexterity check, Malreinn. Just a standard dexterity check, just to see, because you can easily get the supplies together to make some tea. Yeah, I mean it would be a couple less because you're yeah. So that's an 8 in total for that dex check. Yeah, you mix it up. It doesn't go too well. It ends up being cold. You're not entirely sure how, but you haven't made tea that often, especially like not with a thing that you're not even sure is tea. But it makes a drink. Would you like to drink it?
It makes a drink.
It makes something that's possibly edible. There's a slim chance it's edible. Okay, so you've already made it with the spices, and you're just gonna drink. Okay. All right. You drink it and you shortly go to bed. Is anyone else doing anything before going to bed? Anyone? No? Okay. In that case, everyone goes to sleep. Pretty tired over the long days.
What's tired? This human feeling.
Yeah, everyone but the Fortress is tired. Fortress is fine. Fortress doesn't get tired. Fortress only gets exhausted after raging.
How do I power myself? That's a good question. Okay.
Probably with coal or something. I think there's
solar powered.
Solar power, yeah. Futuristic solar power. Anyway,
Like a windmill at the back of me.
Yeah. Oh god, you just walk around with a giant windmill attached to you.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about the futuristic looking windmills. It's like the proper Dutch old school windmills.
Yeah.
No, you're actually like that robot in Futurama that like has a water wheel in their chest, and like they keep almost dying because the water runs out, so they have to run into water all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But yeah, you all go to sleep, and most of you have restless dreams. Fortress does not dream. Fortress just sees black in his shut off mode. Malreinn, roll me percentile dice, 1d100.
Goat leaf?
I don't know. Apparently so. You might be having connection issues. So yeah, could you just /r space 1d100? 4, okay. You're just laying back and you get to sleep, but it's very unrestful. You have a horrifying dream of flaming horses, a stampede of flaming horses chasing you down, and but you trip over, and just as one of these horses is sending a heavy hoof down to kill you, you wake up in a cold sweat. Everyone except for Malreinn has taken an official long rest, so they get their health points back, their spell slots back. Everyone can fully heal themselves, fully spell slot themselves, except for Malreinn, who didn't really get a very restful night's sleep.
Hold on.
I don't think Malreinn even used any spells or took any damage, though, so it's kind of fine.
I got a question. This
Yeah?
is weird. If I level up without taking a long rest and get like an extra rage point, for example, would I gain that when I level up, or would I have to wait for a long rest to gain it?
The way I do level ups is milestone, so I'd never have you level up like in the middle of a fight or anything like that where it would matter.
Yeah.
I'd always have you level up over a long rest or something like that.
Alright.
Nah, it goes back. Okay, cool. But yeah. So yeah, you all take a restful night's sleep and awake. You go downstairs. I'll say everyone has to pay 2 silver pieces to get some food, apart from the fortress.
I don't eat.
So everyone get rid of 2 silver pieces. If you need help with that, just ask. As you just get some food to eat. They'd have equivalent of bird seeds. If you don't want to eat, you'd start starving to death.
Aren't all bird seeds vegan?
I mean, you haven't seen the human body parts bird food that I feed my birds. My birds are super metal.
Well,
In all
if
fairness, though, no, a lot of
seed-
birds do eat offal. Like, don't crows eat dead bodies and stuff?
I mean, a lot of birds eat like grubs and
Yeah.
worms, which are animals.
10 silver pieces are 1 gold piece. Well, it's just the word for it's a murder of crows. It's just a thing. Kind of like a school of fish doesn't really make much sense, but it's a thing.
This fish gotta be schooled.
But yeah, you all eat, and
Except me.
Pike's
I don't eat.
once again standing at the tavern after sleeping herself. Seems like she didn't get much sleep with all the paperwork and things she had to do, but she gets up and it's like, so, where are you all heading now?
Here.
Okay. But what about the rest of you? Are you going to stay in the town for long? Oh? Well, we have a lot of people pass through her. What's her name? I might know her, or have seen her or something. You never know. Cider. I'm afraid it doesn't ring any bells, but I hope you find her. If she did come through this way, though, she'd probably be heading to Valra, the capital. Everyone ends up going there. And what about you? You're a performer, aren't you? And she sort of just says, looking towards the very obtusely dressed Eileen. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, Valra. Well, you can just follow the dancing road. It goes out to the city and head straight there. Just follow the signs. I think all of you would know this to some degree, apart from no, everyone would know this. The dancing road is a road that travels throughout 3 of the kingdoms. It travels through Niflheim, which is the Winter Kingdom, Sutris, which is the Spring Kingdom, and Ferrir, which is the Autumn Kingdom. So it just travels through all of those. It doesn't go into the Summer Kingdom because the Summer Kingdom is kind of a barren desert wasteland. But it goes through all of those 3 and is generally the safest way to travel. Niflheim is the winter area, so this winter quadrant
Kingdom,
of.
they don't have to go to school.
Huh?
In the Summer Kingdom, they don't have to go to school.
They have roads and things. It's just they're not on this protected road where guards constantly travel along the dancing road.
This is a joke. It's like summer break. It's funny.
Okay, I didn't understand it.
Okay.
But if you are going in that direction, and she sort of turns towards the fortress and is like,
Yo. Well, what's happened while I was gone?
You're very loud.
You're very echoey-ish.
Okay, let me try to work out what's going on with that.
It's not like hugely loud, but it's just a notable like octave over everyone else. That's not what an octave is. I don't know why I said an octave. Trying sounds clever. Octave is like pitch, not volume.
Well, maybe the pitch higher than everybody.
Oh, God. But yeah, she just turns to the fortress and is like, I am a bit concerned. If this spice trade is going on still, and they're going towards Valra, it might be corrupting that city. And you might do good to go there yourself. Keep these people safe and look into this spice thing for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then it's settled. Feel free to come back whenever. You know who to find at Valra? My son works at the Rookery, and you would have met her son. Probably he left about 6 months ago, but you would have met him at least. Halfling, like his mother, and he went to work at a Rookery. A Rookery is a place where they store birds for traveling, for like carrier pigeons and things.
Okay. Store kenkus.
They don't store kenkus, no. Well, if it's settled, then yeah, you can feel free to shop here if you need anything. Just so Rob's filled in, you basically just looted the bodies and everything in the room, headed back to the inn, and slept. So you've got a full rest, you're full on health and spell slots and stuff.
Handle the debate of like sleeping arrangements without me. How could you?
Markus sleeps on his own. But it's okay. That means like the first time he likes an NPC, the NPC can stay in his room.
Is my mic's volume a little bit better now?
Yeah,
It's
considerably.
It's different.
For some reason, Discord all of a sudden boosts both my output and input to max.
Huh.
Weird. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
How far was this place?
Valra is quite a while away.
Like days?
Yeah, like probably
Weeks?
close to a couple weeks. There are actually several cities in between. It's basically like you'd probably get there in about, if you just went straight there, you'd probably get there in about 12 days because it's about 3 to 4 days between each of the cities. And there's 2 cities on the way towards it.
Do we have any way of transport?
Oh, you can rent horses and carts, or you can walk. It's a pretty safe road.
I have proficiency in land vehicles, so I'm in.
Yeah, yes, you can rent them. There's stables just outside of the city. What kind of gear are you looking for?
Basically,
I need to go to buy a warhammer. I can try and buy a
what
warhammer.
I have now, just better.
In what way? Like weapons that are better, armor that's better.
Both.
I will say you probably won't be able to find anything magical in this place. It's a very it's
I'll
not
be
that
back
kind
in a
of
minute.
place. If you want to buy a warhammer, you can. It would cost you 15 gold pieces. And you can just go to a local blacksmith and get an off-the-rack warhammer. Okay, you go to a weaponsmith, and they will willingly trade you a crossbow and 20 bolts for the 4 daggers. Off the rack, it's just one that they're not specially making. It's just one that they have lying around.
I'm gonna buy a mastiff.
One sec. Just adding things. Slide's got a warhammer now.
How much? Why 59 gold?
And
Do they sell camels in this part of town?
no,
Darn.
you won't actually be able to find many animals here. This is mostly a touristy town where it's like adventuring gear and shipping supplies, port city and all. You can't really get a flashy pink one, but you could definitely decorate yours to be flashy and pink with time. You definitely think a place like Valra, which is a bigger city, would probably have something more colorful and custom made as well. Cool.
Okay, so what kind of animals would be here?
Not
Okay, I'm
many
back.
horses you could get.
Could I get like a mule? Like a pack mule?
Probably,
Okay,
but they'd be expensive. If you're buying it, you also have to take care of it.
On a D&D player's handbook, it's 8 gold.
What?
It's 8 gold for donkey or mule.
What's it called?
A donkey or a mule.
Oh
A
my
pony's 30 gold. A horse, a draft horse? What is a draft horse?
They're like big
it's a
horses,
horse
I
that
think.
was in the military.
Yeah,
Honestly, he wouldn't find any magical weapons or armor. So nothing that would be really better. You could get a basic shield if you wanted a bigger shield. Other than that, you could get health potions or things like that here. But beyond that, getting magical gear isn't really possible here.
for some reason, it says donkeys and mule only 8 gold. The work horses are 50, riding horses are 75, and war horses are 400.
Warhorse. Let's go. Let's get a warhorse.
It's because war horses can actually fight.
But so I can get a mule. Is that set
Yeah, you can get a mule.
for 8 gold? Alright.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you can get one for 8 gold. You're known in the city.
Awesome. I'm gonna get one for 8. I'm gonna get a mule for 8 gold.
He's so happy about that.
Basically, the mule has like 11 HP, and its only good thing is it can carry a lot and it doesn't get knocked over easily. It can also
Wow.
attack, which is quite funny.
Wibble
But
wobbles wobble, but they don't fall down.
I predict this mule won't make it through the session because they're so easy to die.
No, the mule's
But
gonna
you
survive.
have a mule now.
This
And
mule
I'm
How
gonna
much
get
health
some
Austin?
live
I'm gonna get some saddlebags for that too, just so I can carry some
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll say just add an extra gold on top, and you can get like decent saddlebags.
forever. Oh my gosh.
Health potions are 50 gold each.
50 gold. Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, I'll say if Malreinn just pays 1 gold, that's enough to cover basically everyone for rations for at least a few days.
Hmm.
Okay. Anyone else getting anything?
Hmm. So is the health potion just the like the lowest one, the common?
Lowest standard common health potion is 50 gold. Yes, I already added to Mark's his thing.
And how much does the common do?
2d4. Is 2d4 plus 2?
I thought that was uncommon.
I think it's they're really shit. Like not that they're bad, but they're like very low amounts of health.
Yeah, if it's that,
Of course, the benefit of them is that anyone can use them, so it's not like you need a dedicated healer. They're very good in a pinch because they're guaranteed healing for yourself and stuff. So it's not that they're bad; it's more just that they are quite a lot of gold for what you're getting. You could probably not get the Mealsome armor here. You could in other cities, but or you could get someone to custom make
Or
it,
I can
and it would
just
take a while.
Get
to
an
make.
actual horse for 50 gold, which I have.
that's
Could I? Okay, could I buy a mastiff
A
or a
mastiff.
dog of some sort? Mastiffs are like the ones that fight.
Yeah, they can fight.
okay. 2d4.
They have 5 health. If you want to take care of a creature that has 5 health, then you
Oh, I
can.
never got to
No,
get
it's
my mastiffs out.
It's 1d8 plus 1 health.
But that's only if you buy it, you'll get 1d8 plus 1 health creature, which could be 2 health.
Shoot, I never used the mastiffs last campaign. Can we use those?
Can I buy a brown bear?
A brown bear.
Not here.
Okay.
I'll find a better place to do that.
But yeah, if anyone wants to buy anything else, you could not buy an owlbear. No.
Can we buy a phoenix again and then get phoenix right back?
Not here. Not in this. This is a pretty a common town.
This is the worst town ever.
Who knows? Maybe you're going to fight an owlbear today.
Oh shoot. Alright, we need to charm that owlbird. Prayer.
Can I get one of those mini ponies that are really small?
Oh, what are they called again? Oh, yeah, they're not called mini horses. Are they called tiny horses?
Not
think they're
mini
called tiny
horses.
horses.
They're tiny horses.
No, I think that's
Miniature
actually
horse.
their official name is tiny horse or something. And they're like the size of like cats.
American miniature horse. Oh my god, it's so tiny. I want one.
Well, you don't pay for a journey. You pay for the horses and carts to take you somewhere so that you can control it. If you want to go all the way to Valra with 2 horses and a cart to take all of you, it would cost 300 gold. However, if you deliver them to the other side safely and fine, you get a 200 gold back.
Oh shoot.
So it's like it's basically they make you pay so much up front as a thing like, hey, we don't want our stuff dying.
Do we even have 300 gold though collectively?
I have 50 gold. How much do you guys have?
58. Thank you for the 3 gold.
Oh, you're welcome.
Make it 4.
Of course, you can just walk.
No. I have a horse now. Come on, guys. I have a mule.
You can ride your mule.
Alright, everyone on the back of the mule.
No, I can't ride it. It's like unrideable, but it can carry stuff for us.
It's unrideable. Oh wow.
I mean,
that's why it's,
wow,
that's
good
why it's
job.
so cheap.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Good
Donkeys and
investment.
mules. I don't know, like not for riding.
You don't have much spice.
Wait,
No
Why-
offense.
why do I have 28 silver pieces?
Because you got because you had to pay for food. That was it.
But I have food on me.
Yeah, but you had to pay for like breakfast. The food that you have on you is rations for journeys.
But I have breakfast.
Don't you dare cough.
If
Ooh,
you're gonna look for, not me.
What the heck? Where is that coming from? Okay, don't mind me.
I think it's. Can you just mute yourself and then prove it's not you, like Rob or Bongo? It's not Dabo.
It's like nobody.
Is it Lime?
Is it coming from Roll
Lime.
20?
Lime, use your mic. On Discord.
We're hearing static.
Where is that coming from? It's not coming from any of our mics because none of the mics are lighting up green.
Unless it's like too quiet to light up. Lime, could you mute your mic on Discord real quick? Okay, yeah.
It's still going.
Okay, that
It's
fixed
gone.
it. That is really creepy.
What the heck was that?
I have no idea. That's creepy.
I'm gonna make a note of that. In the recording thing.
Yeah. Anyway, unfriended aside, if everyone's done shopping, you can go start traveling.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Wait, okay. Well, no, I'm just saving my gold for more exotic animals.
Wait, did we like take a long rest or?
You did take a long rest. Everyone but Malreinn.
Cool. Wait, do I get to learn that scroll thing?
You need to like spend money on it or something.
Do
I think. I think there's like 2 ways of doing it. One is with gold, that's guaranteed, and one that's like you risk it burning up.
Yeah, you have to make a check.
Okay, got it.
I think it's an intelligence check,
Yeah, and then the
and
DC
it's
is
10
equal
plus the
to-
spells level.
Yeah, that's what it is. So wait.
If you would like to try doing that, would you like to?
Wait.
It's a
wait,
second level
I'm
spell.
gonna read at this. Read the thing. Doesn't say anything about paying for it. Just has.
I think
check.
there's an alternate rule where you can get it guaranteed if you pay like 50 gold, which is obviously more important for like higher levels or whatever. Or if you only have this one scroll and you really desperately want this spell. Everyone else is buying sort of things for the trip, like food and a warhammer, but you can just spend like an hour or so in the tavern trying to do this. So make me an intelligence check if you'd like to try and add it.
Wait, I want to look at this alternate rule thing.
Yeah, you can sell the rings. You only have one of the rings, don't you?
Can I sell the tattered leather armor?
Yeah, you can.
How much?
You'd
They're
get
my rings.
15 gold for the 4.
Oh baby, that's like a whole nother mule.
It's almost 2 mules. This is going to go straight into my mule fund. I think Bongo took the rings. So yeah,
added an ideal to my sheet about animals. Why? I don't know.
Okay, so common is 50 to 100 GP, which I believe web is.
I think it's by spell level, isn't it?
Well, it's like each spell one has, like each level has common, uncommon, and stuff.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Level 2, oh no, level 2 is uncommon, so that's 101 GP to 500.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think that's like GM pricing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just going to use the other rule where you can use it for free. But there's a risk that it just burns up and doesn't do it. So if you would like to try, you can do that now and make an intelligence check. You need to beat 12.
Stop, Rob. Stop. Alright, intelligence. Stop.
What's happening?
Rob's trying to steal my cards.
Oh, okay. So yeah, intelligence check 12 or above.
Oh my gosh, great. I'm gonna freaking slap you.
Oof. You scribble it down, but you're a bit hasty, thinking for some reason about Markus
Stop
stealing your cards.
freaking stealing my cards.
It just possesses your mind, and the scroll burns up. Unfortunately, you're unable to learn the web spell.
Can I?
Oh wait, no,
learn the web
it's an
spell?
Arcana check.
Is this an Arcana check?
Yeah, and I have I would have a, what is it? Plus.
I'll say for the
higher.
fairness of it, just roll an Arcana check now.
Ooh.
Oof.
What the heck? Okay,
You
seriously,
can't
stop.
know. It's only a wizard thing. And Rob, please stop. Okay. But yeah, you burn up the scroll, unfortunately. You can't learn the spell, no, but you could like use the spell scroll still to use the spell once. It's just a wizard thing that he can add spells permanently to his like spell inventory. But yeah, is anyone doing anything else before leaving?
Is there any other animals I could buy in this place?
None really to be notable. Mostly you wouldn't be able to buy animals here. You could sort of quote unquote rent animals, like send carrier pigeons or things like that. But
Okay.
this isn't really a town with a big animal population.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
Crossbow, but you wouldn't be able to find anything better than the one you currently have. They don't really have a huge amount of magic here. Okay. Starts moving. I'm going to need. I'm just going to pick randomly. Eileen, roll me 1d5. 2. Interesting. You're all dead now.
Okay.
But yeah,
Good
you start
campaign,
walking.
guys.
I'm protecting my mule at all costs.
Okay.
I'm like,
You start walking, and it's cold there. It takes you about 7 hours, but you're already starting to get tired, and you're not even that close to the next city. You've still got a couple of days of travel easily. The sun is beginning to set now. As you all sort of start mutually talking about potentially setting up camp for the morning, when you see a figure walking along the dancing road in the opposite direction towards the town where you just left, towards Collier. You see that their form is quite silhouetted. wearing a dark cloak, and they're just walking down the road towards you.
Guys, it's me.
Yeah, you just see this person in the distance. Okay, Mala's going to try and you're just going to tell Mala to try and teleport stealthily. Give Mala a stealth check. And Eileen's just walking right up and approaching. Okay. Well, the figure steps forward. Mala can still give me a stealth check, okay, Grey? But yeah, the figure walks up and pulls down her hood to reveal that some long, flowing red hair and two large horns which curl from the front of her head. I'll check. Oh, are you not in the right thing here? Can you do it now?
Ooh.
Yeah, the dog goes invisible. No, but yeah, dog's super stealthy. So yeah, she steps forward and you see that she is a tiefling woman. From up close, you now see that she's very shivering. She's like, "Oh, sorry, I do not understand you."
Very shivering.
What do you mean a trick?
What do you mean with Arkansas?
Explain, America. Explain.
What do you mean? How do they look? Like, in what way?
Are they attractive? Are they not attractive?
Oh, physically, she's got quite a cute appearance. She's got long red hair, very clearly tiefling with red skin. She looks extremely out of her element. She's shivering but smiling. She seems in good spirits. Big traveling bag on her back.
Is it possible for me to wink?
I'm going to say no. Probably not.
I'm going to close my eyes and open them at this. No, I'm just kidding. It's like Leela from Futurama.
Oh god. It's not. Oh god, I shouldn't have made anyone who's even. I should have just like make nobody have horns.
Oh no!
Here comes
I'm doing okay, but it's getting colder
What is
the
this?
further I get from Igorra. Are you just doing a trick?
Do you guys hear this noise now too?
Yeah.
No. I don't hear anything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sort of like the removing your thumb sort of thing.
It's exactly 10 minutes since the last one. Holy cow.
You sort of this with yourself, but very weirdly. Ta-da! She sort of seems a bit confused and it's like, oh, I do not need any protection. I can defend myself. It's just I'm not used to this weather. I come from Muspel. It's much warmer there. And she sort of her eyes sort of look towards Faendal, and she's like, oh, I'm sure you understand. Sort of noticing that you're a tiefling too. Oh, from the Oasis.
Oh, is this Ready Player One?
Yeah. Holy Mother of God. Wait. So there's Rolling Thunder that just started about 10 seconds ago and is still going on.
Oh,
Like, is that a plane? No, okay. I might be dying or something. This thunder's
God, it
this
could
thunder's
be a
not
plane.
stopping.
Thank God.
Okay, that lasted for like 20 seconds.
Holy.
No, it's still going.
Oh gosh.
One second, I actually need to check this out because this is kind of scary.
Is Beaky dying? Is Beaky dead? Oh gosh dang it, the static's back.
no.
It's raining sideways, and we just after just having a huge heat wave, and the thunder's like not stopping.
Why missed the huge
Well,
gem?
If you die, then you know. Oh well.
If you
That's
die
what
in
I'm
real
just
life,
checking
you
this
die
up
in the
all.
game.
I'll just be 1 sec.
The session will now be all about 02.
Oh my god, excuse me.
Okay.
It is all about
Okay.
magic. Okay.
That was insane. I've missed the rain though because of this heat wave, so it's a welcome change. I prefer this weather anyway. But yeah, that aside, this woman sort of starts shivering in front of you. She's like, "If it's getting quite late, I think I should probably set up a camp here soon." Do you know how many hours of walking it is to Kolya?
How long have we been walking?
About
Wait,
7 hours.
Were we in Collier?
And yeah, you were in Kolya.
7
Oh, no,
hours,
7 hours.
madam.
Oh, okay. That should be good. I should be able to get there pretty early tomorrow.
Good luck.
Thank you. And she seems to look very curiously at you as you're like this huge metallic construct.
Don't touch my mule.
Oh, very well. Thank you. That's how nice. You look like adventurers, are you?
Indeed, we are.
No.
I feel like I should mention I saw something about 10 minutes down the road.
Oh.
This strange light coming from a crypt.
Interesting.
Maybe we should
It
check that out.
looked otherworldly. It's only about 10 minutes down the road, and if the light is still going, you cannot miss it.
Alright. Well, sounds interesting.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do?
I think we gotta check out that light.
No.
We're basically being told to go check out the light, so
We have a job to do.
yeah, check out the light. That's the job.
Okay.
I will be staying here, sitting camp for the night. If you need to come back here, I'll be waiting here.
Alright.
Is it getting like nighttime?
It's like the sun is setting. The sky's currently very orange. From what all of you would probably know, just from general knowledge, the days are quite short in Niflheim, so it gets dark quite early.
We can handle it.
The fortress is literally DJ Ganesha. Oh god,
Who's DJ Ganesha?
it's a skin in Smite. It's literally like dubstep, EDM. Oh my god. Okay, no, I probably shouldn't talk about that. It'll probably be a bit too sidetracked. I'll say the short version. The new Raven skin in Smite has a like a dubstep Bollywood track when you use his ult. It's so cool sounding. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. So are you going to go towards this crypt?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, you keep walking for about 10 more minutes. Is there anything you want to prepare on the way over here, or not? No? Okay. I'll just see what Malreinn's typing before continuing. Yeah, you sort of just check out your crossbow. It seems to be working fine. As you approach, you don't see any lights, but give me a perception check. Just a couple of you.
Couple of hundred of us. Ooh.
Bongo's blind. It's fine.
No, I'm not blind.
Are you going to use that, or are you just checking what it does?
Oh, no, I was just trying to unprepare it, but I accidentally clicked on it.
Oh yeah, if anyone, I should have mentioned, if people wanted to prepare new spells when they took the long rest, does anyone want to do that now? Okay.
Yeah, I was actually doing that right now.
Okay, just finish up doing that then. And Lime, are you doing any? Because you're the only three who prepare spells. if memory serves. Bards don't. Bards just have all of the spells always, and rangers don't need to either. It's just the 3 of them that needs to. Cool. Bongo, do you need any more time to do that, or?
I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, Malreinn and Eileen, you both spot this small crypt entrance a bit off the road. You don't see any light, but you've been looking out for it, and just see this small gothic-looking crypt sticking up from between a few trees. Mal is just teleporting along. It is a good 70 feet away, so you will have to walk up to it a bit as well. But what Mal sees is it's pretty dark. You can just see small crypt. It's like an open thing. Doesn't have a door to it. It's got a doorway, but there's no door in the doorway, and a small altar, which seems to be slightly ajar.
Ooh, jar.
Yeah, jar.
Like a mayonnaise jar, or like what kind of jar are we talking about?
By the all
Mayonnaise an
approaching.
instrument? I have light.
Would you like to cast light
I will cast light.
on a coin?
Sure. Why not?
Can you cast it on me?
It's like is it 40 feet or 20 feet of light? It's like 20. Oh yeah, it
20
says
foot
there 20
radius.
bright and then 20 dim. Cool. I just got that ready for if you need to use maps. Would anyone else like to use light if they have it?
Can you just cast light on my on me,
You
on
can cast it on an item
my
you were carrying.
body?
Basically, what you can do is you can cast it on an item and then give the item to someone. Your entire body's a bit too big because it's only 1 foot around or something, I think.
Can we objectify Lime and say she's an object?
No.
Do you think I have enough phosphorate moss for this?
You don't even need to use phosphorant moss if you have a spellcasting focus.
Okay. So what Markus is going to do is Markus is going to use a divine sense.
Okay, you use divine sense. Would you like to tell me what divine sense does?
Yeah. Divine sense within a 60-foot radius. Yeah, I will know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover. I will know the type, and I will also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay.
What now?
Basically, just if there's an evil demon thing about it, I'll know it.
You get the sense that you get some low residual energy, generally a sense of undead coming from the crypt. You're not entirely sure where, though.
Wait, why is this a thing? Wait, hold on.
You know generally that underneath the crypt there is some sort of sense of undead. Okay. As you walk forward a little bit, you can see there's this crypt is basically like a room with an altar in the center, like a praying altar, and it's been dragged aside, revealing a ladder that goes downwards.
What?
Well, I don't know. It's a peace sign. It's somebody making a peace sign with their hand and a North Korean flag over it. I'm not really sure why, but I figured it was important.
Yeah, that's important.
Yep.
This staying static.
Shall we go down?
Markus is gonna follow Eileen if Eileen is going down. Because Markus doesn't like the idea of people going on their own into places where there's probably undead.
Okay, so Eileen goes down, Markus goes down, everyone eventually sort of starts going down. It's very difficult for the fortress to climb down the ladder, but it takes you a bit of time, but you manage to get down it. Initially you can't see much, but when Therud comes down with this coin shedding light, you can see that this area branches off into 3 different hallways. 2 look identical to each other and seem to lead into small tombs where coffins are, and a third is thinner and leads towards a downward spiral staircase.
Alright.
So you can basically go left, right, or forward towards this staircase.
Let's go to the staircase. Actually, no, wait. No, let's go left. Take staircase
so-
last.
Start heading to the left. You see two coffins. Both seem to be opened up.
No,
And,
let's
you
not
see-
split up. Never split up. That is a terrible idea.
Is Eileen just going off on them in the middle anyways?
Is Eileen going off to the middle anyways?
Literally, don't split up. That is the worst idea.
Okay.
Always,
so
every time it goes wrong. Every
Malreinn.
time.
Okay. Malreinn and Eileen are going to the middle,
You guys.
and Therud's going to the left. Who else is going where?
Markus will follow them in the middle.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll go middle.
Okay. So
Oh,
okay.
gosh.
Fine. You see these open coffins, but seeing everyone go down the middle, you sort of leave.
Yeah, it could've-
Faendal and Fortress.
it's
Faendal's
more
going to the left, okay.
strategic To go on the top level and then go down. After
Faendal
we
just-
put everything on the top.
I'm gonna
Faendal heads to the left.
I'm gonna grab Faendal and drag him with the others.
Give me a strength check, and Faendal can give me a dexterity check or a dexterity saving throw.
Splitting up will only get us killed. That's literally every time.
Yeah, you try and grab at him, but he seems to be a little bit more finesseful than you once thought, and he manages to move over to the left.
We must go with others.
Finesseful. It's not a word, but I'm making it up. Full of finesse.
I'm not dripping in goodness.
Dexterous.
Don't
Dexterous
make
would be a much better word. Finesseful sounds like a word. Yeah, honestly, it might actually be technically a word.
No. I will not allow that.
I feel like this is just going to with an incredibly crazy group of just like the Fortress and Markus essentially babysitting everyone else.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, so Faendal rushes off to check the left quickly. Give me a quick, if you're just checking it quickly, give me a perception check as you step into the left room. And what's the Fortress doing? Is the Fortress going down the middle too?
Trying to stop him from
Okay,
going
so-
to the left.
You're sort of following him along. You take a quick glance around. You see that these coffins open, and it has some corpses inside, but you don't really notice anything else.
Wait, does he have dark
It
vision?
seems to be. He does. He's one of the two people who can actually see in the dark.
The
Fortress, it's very dark up here with everyone heading down the middle, but it still is very dark in here. But
Okay, let's go to middle. Come with me.
Okay. so you sort of all regroup and go down this middle central staircase. As you're stepping down, and the lights begins to spill out, all of you can see this most pressing thing. You see a corpse on the floor. It seems to be. You get the scent of death wafting through, as if this wasn't like a super old corpse, and that you just see it in the distance. It's kind of hard to
Wait,
tell from far away.
Wait, this is very important. Where's my mule?
Would you like your mule to wait outside? Because it's
No.
not going to come down the ladder. You can.
Markus
I'll
is
say you
doing a
could.
medicine check. Yeah, just to like check, see what's up with the body.
You'd have to step up to do that if you want to. Would you like to?
Do that, but with his sword drawn.
Okay, so you sort of Faendal and Markus both take point as they step up and look over the body, being very careful about it. Human man. His wounds are a little bit confusing. They look like some sort of animal bites potentially, or animal scratches. Looking over it a bit more closely though, they seem to be a bit wide for animal scratches and thin scratches. They're also a small cuts, as if they got cut up by some thorns or something like that. That's basically what you see. So thorns cut them and some scratch marks.
Hold up. I mean,
Definitely something with claws or nails got close and attacked. It also looks as though the tissue seems to have not bled properly, as if it's been frayed at the edges, as if there was something potentially magical about the cuts across the body.
How far away was that tiefling staying?
About 10 minutes. Would you like to just leave the mule with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her that I'll pay her 5 gold if you keep the mule safe. Or no, not 5 gold, 3 gold.
And she's like, "Oh, and I wouldn't need any payment if you just come back. I can keep keep me all safe.
Okay. Sure.
Make it 4 gold, and I think she'll do it.
Yeah, and yeah. Pretend that happened.
Yeah, okay, that yeah, retconning it, but yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
you're all standing here, and you can see right next to the body, where this body seems to have been crawling away from a set of double doors, which are only slightly ajar.
Okay, so the good idea would be to go through those double doors, because, you know, if someone's running away from that, that means it's only a good place.
I will say also, Faendal and Markus, since you two took the initiative to sort of step up and look, this body seems to be holding onto a small bag, and just spilling out of the bag, you can see the last few pearls of a pearl necklace.
Ooh.
Markus will investigate the bag.
Yeah, you sort of just pick it up and look inside, and it's full of jewellery.
Ooh. That's gonna be some good loot.
Markus will keep this with him. Nope. This with him.
You reckon, like, looking it through, it's probably worth about 30 gold or so. So you can just add jewellery bag to your inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, but is anyone doing anything else? Sort of all in this this small. It's quite a wide hallway, but it's quite short, leading up to these double doors. And you can sort of peek in with the light that spills through to the room, but you can't really see anything. It seems to be the door isn't wide enough open to be able to see. If you're going to go right up to the gap and look, then you can give me a perception check. Looking around, you see quite a lot. You can make, because you've also not got disadvantage or anything, because you can see quite well even with only the little bits of light that's spilling through. You can see a few notable things. You see 2 coffins at the far end of the room. It seems to be a fairly large circular-ish room. Seems to be quite a lot of plant growth down here, like vines growing up off of the floor. And you just managed to see another body on the inside of the room, but you don't see anything else.
More bodies.
Another body that looks, from what you can tell from far away, looks similarly dressed to the first body.
Great. That's great.
I gotta eat dinner with my family. So
Is he within yeah, he's within 60 feet.
I gotta go.
Alright. Peace out, Dabs.
I'm gonna do, if the fortress will do fortress things, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so the fortress is gonna be our fortress.
He is within 50 feet. But you can use Mage Hand. Mage Hand's not very strong, is it?
I don't think it's strong enough to pull a body.
So you start like pulling at it, but it's not budging. Although you do notice as you're nudging it, the body seems to be like sort of slumped and blocking the view of something else, like another body, perhaps. Might be 2 bodies like on top of each other.
Yeah, can't do more than 10 pounds.
Yeah, no, he's not that thin. Okay, so Malreinn's sort of staying back and readying his crossbow. But you don't see anything like aggressive in the room. Give me an Arcana check, I'll say, as you're sort of like just using this hand to try and maneuver the body. Yeah, you managed to position it in a lucky place that you can just roll over the body, and you can see that there is indeed another body behind it. It's a bit too dark and a bit too far away to really make out any details of it, though. But it definitely is a second body. Gray, do you mean you're going to go inside the room to check the bodies, or are you just checking the body that's out here?
Hmm.
Give me an investigation check as you look it over. You look it over. Apart from the armor that it's wearing, some sort of tattered leather armor, you don't notice anything else on its body. You also notice a dagger, I'd say, as a weapon, but nothing like hugely important. Okay, just add that to your character sheet. Yeah, is anyone actually doing anything else?
Maybe we should check the other room upstairs for clues.
Okay, so we'll just take the dagger.
We can check upstairs because there's the rooms we didn't get to investigate.
We can investigate in front of us.
Give me stealth checks, everyone, because you're all talking. You don't need to make it. If you have heavy armor, you don't need to make it with disadvantage. It's more just to see because you're all talking to each other.
Marcus is just like screaming.
Faendal and Bongo Faendal and Therud both have the mind to sort of keep their voices quiet. So does Malreinn. Cumulatively, you're able to get Markus to be a bit quiet, who doesn't seem to like be paying much mind to being quiet. Eileen, on the other hand, is just talking really loud. Like she doesn't seem to understand that you're supposed to be being stealthy, and is just being like, "Oh yeah, so what are we going to do, guys? What's left to investigate in here?" And she's just
doing
like,
this.
you could probably hear her from outside, probably a bit like wondering why everyone's being so. But what a cinematic trick! She's not quite shouting, but she definitely doesn't seem to be paying any mind to being quiet.
Guys, I have the coolest magic trick.
As you're all talking, you've all sort of turned your attention to this hallway and just sort of talking. Nobody's looking inside the room immediately, anyway. And Faendal, who is right by the door, feels a chill run down his back as a clawed hand slashes out behind him.
Ooh.
I just need to roll for that clawed hand.
You roll for initiative now?
Everyone is going to need to roll initiative. I will show you the character thing first, just so you can click on your characters. Don't roll initiative yet. There we go. Markus is already on it. That's good. But yeah.
No, he won't be on it for us, though.
I can just remove it and then put it back on then.
It's a different token, technically.
Yeah. Fix it.
Can see Marcus now.
Cool.
Can see how unresponsive Marcus was because he was too busy trying to quiet Eileen.
Well, I typed Therud in your initiative instead of 18 because I was not paying attention.
I don't remember how to do it.
Anyway, Eileen still needs to roll initiative. I'll roll Fortress.
Well, I'm going to do a really quick check to see what happens.
I just need to. You got hit by this slash to the back, and you're going to take. I just need to roll that. I should probably get all my d6 out.
Did you see that?
1 sec. Yes, I did.
This could be interesting in the future.
Okay, Faendal takes 14 points of necrotic damage as this chilling hand just reaches out and claws him in the back.
Why does it have a blue bar?
It's just so you can see it better, because I know that without the health bars, you might not know who's still a character in combat. So I put the blue bar there, so you're like, you can at least see, oh, there's enemies there and there, sort of thing.
Yes, the elf is a tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I might as well use like the new icons that Goat got me.
Oh,
It is Faendal's turn first.
Goat got some
Faendal.
tokens?
Yeah, he bought me some tokens.
Oh, that's why he had the purchase thing on his achievement. Yeah. I was like, wow, how did he get that?
Oh, it's literally the same as Faendal's. Lol, I didn't even realise. Very similar to it, anyway. It's the same sort of type, it's just the female version. They are elves, though. But yeah, it's Faendal's turn first. You sort of can turn around and see two figures, two very ghostly-looking forms that look like old, dead elves. One looks old with a hair that's... Both of them have very wispy hair, but one looks old, her skin like covered in wrinkles. The other one looks very youthful, as if she died quite young. This youthful one is just pulling back from a slash that she did to your back, as she sort of seems to be looking across the group of you. So yeah, what is Faendal going to do?
Cool. What you gonna do when they come for you?
What they're going to do when they come for Yuku? If so, you're disengaged. Are you disengaging from it or just moving away from it? Okay, it wasn't a yes or no question. Okay, disengaging. Yeah, you just make a crossbow shot towards it.
I have learned another way to duplicate.
This crossbow fires out and it shoots through her. She doesn't seem to be very strong, but the bolt seems to pass through her and has a reduced effect. She does seem to recoil a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be as effective as you would have thought. Is there anything else you want to do? Oh no, that's your turn. Therud's turn.
Okay. Also, crossbow needs a damage type. Doesn't have anything on it.
Yeah, it's going to be his piercing damage. I don't think I wrote that one though.
Okay. Alright, I am way back here, and okay. So, shut up. Get out of here, Gray. Sure, let's do an ice knife.
Okay. You need to make a dex saving throw.
That was
Which I'm
atrocious.
going to succeed, so I only take half damage, right? Or is it no damage?
No damage.
Oh no, wait. I take damage from the first one if it hits, but it doesn't hit, and I don't take any damage from the cold if I save the throw, which I do. So it doesn't take any damage.
Frick.
Anything else?
Nope.
I will say only Therud and Faendal can actually see the old this old ghostly woman because of how dark it is in here. Oh, sorry. What is your initiative? 16. Okay. This young elven form seems to look over at you. Who out of you speaks Elven?
Markus does.
Okay, I think Eileen does as well. Markus and Eileen. Anyway, if you can speak Elven, you hear her say out in a very raspy tone, it's like murderers, as she. You watch as her throat seems to tremble for a little bit before she lets out a horrifying scream. I'm going to need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw, except for the Fortress, which doesn't matter because he's not here.
Ooh.
Who's missing? Someone's missing. Malreinn. Submit me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Oh, this is going bad then. Okay. So I'll do the lesser effect first. Okay, so Faendal and Markus both take 12 points of damage only.
Excuse me?
Only?
Faendal's down. The rest of you are dropped to 0 HP. So you're not dying, but you just fall unconscious. This scream penetrates your ears, and you just feel a sudden pain in your head as you just fall unconscious.
GG guys. This was a great campaign, guys. I really enjoyed it.
And the two of you who don't fall, well, the Faendal's dying. This pain in his head is so intense that he actually falls over and starts dying. But
Gosh.
Markus, you're the only one who you sort of look around, and everyone apart from Fortress seems unaffected. But you look around, you see everyone just clutching at their heads as they fall over unconscious, bits of blood trickling out of their ears. Faendal definitely looks worse than everyone else. You feel this intense head pain, but you manage to shake it off partially. It is now Eileen's turn. Eileen's unconscious, so she can't do anything. So it's the old elf's turn. The old elf sort of shifts up. Seems to be flying across the floor. Markus understands Elven. She points to you and is like, thief! And is going to do something to you.
No, not something.
She's actually going to touch herself, and you watch as her skin starts beginning. She sort of touches herself on the shoulder, and you see bark-like spikes begin forming across her flesh, still ghostly in appearance. So yeah, she looks like her skin's a lot tougher now.
Oh, good.
It is the Fortress's turn. Fortress is going to be like, what to do? Fortress is going to move up and start punching them.
Ah, damn it.
Fortress. I'll let everyone else pick actually what the Fortress does. Do you think the Fortress would actually try and res someone, or he'll try and medicine check Faendal? I guess. I'll let people control him. Okay.
Now, okay. What would the Fortress do, or what would
I feel
Dabo
like he would
do?
go for the kill, but the Fortress itself.
I will say the Fortress has literally no way of healing anyone. The only thing he could do is either medicine check Faendal so he's not dying, or just go and punch them. I think
Fortress, if they were just unconscious, he wouldn't care.
Yeah, he
if
also
someone's
couldn't.
dying, he would probably heal. Well, at least stabilize them.
Okay, but I'll leave it to a vote. Who thinks he should punch, and who thinks he should stabilize or attempt to stabilize? I will say his medicine checks suck.
He would stabilize, like, if they're actually dying.
Okay, since it seems to be a 2-2 vote, I'll just roll for it, okay? See what he does. He's going to try and punch them.
Eileen is typing.
Oh.
Okay, so he's punching anyways.
Well, I'll say he's punching, because honestly, his medicine check will probably have failed. So he's going to activate a rage, and then he's going to sword rage. So the first attack, unfortunately, is just going to miss. He tries to swing at this younger-looking elf. Marreinn's unconscious. Markus is up.
Okay, so first thing Markus is gonna do is this. Being as they called us a thief.
Are you just going to sort of like What are you going to do with? Are you just holding them out and sort of talking to them in
I'm
English?
gonna put the jewels on, like toss them a bit on the ground in front of me a bit.
Okay, give me
Who decide they want it, they're not gonna immediately attack me over it.
a persuasion check with advantage. Okay, good to know. They don't seem to reply yet, but they seem to be like looking at you quite intensely. They definitely seem very angry. I'll say that's a free action. Is there anything else you want to do?
Wait, so that's a free action.
Yeah.
This is going to move over here. 5 lay on hands points on Faendal.
Okay, Faendal's up.
So Faendal's
You've done
up and
5.
about. Okay, so that's my action, right? So
Yeah.
and these people are just unconscious, so I like can't stabilize them or anything. I would have to heal them to get them back up.
Yeah, if you heal them, they'd get back up.
So with Markus's bonus action, he's just gonna like.
Oh, his bonus action was to lay on hands. You still have an action.
Well, okay.
Which is actually technically called a standard action. Fun fact of the day.
Whoa.
Can I use a second bonus action as my action?
Yes, you're not technically allowed to, but I think it's dumb because yeah, I say anything you can do with a bonus action, you can do with an action if you want to. So yeah, you could lay on hands again.
On Eileen.
Or how many points? Rob? 3. Okay. Eileen's just back up for 3 HP.
Basically,
Faendal.
just not unconscious.
Not unconscious. Yeah, she's still knocked prone. I will say, Faendal, you're on the ground currently, but you're up. You're like alive. This is just people who are knocked prone. Okay, you stand up. That's half your movement. Sort of just get to your feet. You still got crossbow in hand. You still got your magic. What do you want to do? I also will say nobody apart from the fortress heard Markus trying to talk to the women, and the fortress does not speak Elven. Oh no, fortress apparently does speak Elvish. So don't know why it's called Elvish, but I don't know if it's supposed to be Elven or Elvish actually. Do you
Elven.
know? Are you proficient in Elfish or Elven?
It's Elven.
It's Elven. I figured it was Elven. Elfish just sounds weird. I'll check your character sheet to see if you're proficient in it.
Those selfish elfish people.
No, you're not proficient in Elvish. Because apparently I'm calling it Elvish now. You're not proficient in Elvis.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you want to do? You still have your action, half your movement, and a bonus action. Okay. Yeah. Just cast it. It's a saving throw I need to make, right? I think it's a wisdom one. But just, click on the spell, please, so I can actually see. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. She fails. You watch Zethrom starts going and start cackling madly. She doesn't fall to the floor though. She just starts cackling in place. Use that as hideous laughter. Well, I can't laugh too loudly. I don't want to terrify the people I'm currently living with. Anyway, yeah, so she just starts cackling like a witch. That's your action. Still have a bonus action if you want to do anything. I will say if you want to, you could get Eileen to her feet, or you could inspire someone. Okay, so you sort of just spend your time just like pulling Eileen to the feet, like get up, get up, get up, get up. It's Therud's turn. Therud is unconscious.
Great.
Turn. Young undead elf is going to. She is going to try slashing at the fortress, which is going to get 3. So she's unfortunately not going to be able to do anything. Eileen. Therud and Malreinn are both still unconscious. Is light isn't a concentration spell, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, so there's just a coin like lying on the ground now. Sort of just fell out of your hand. It's just on the ground.
Awesome.
I'm actually going to fix that so it's actually this now. So that's sort of the coin is just on the ground there, causing a bit of light. Healing word on Therud. Therud is up to 4 and is still prone. It's not prone. Yeah, that's what it's called, prone. But it's still on the ground, but he's not dead. So there's that. You still have movement and action. I'll say if you want to spend your action getting him up, you could. Okay, use your action just sort of getting him up to his feet. He's not prone anymore. And you still got movement if you want to do anything with it. Anything else you want to do, Line? Okay, in that case, it's the old undead elf's turn, who keeps laughing. Creature target can make another wisdom saving throw. Target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. Okay, so I can make another wisdom save. She's going to fail with the 2. I think she. What is the actual thing? The target has. Wait. What actually does it do? So I think it just can't do shit, can it? Oh, it's incapacitated. So yeah, it's completely unable to do anything. But just sort of start cackling madly. Cool. So yeah, that's her turn done. Fortress is going to punch.
Falcon punch.
Slash. Urgh. Angry slashing towards the younger elf, dealing math.
26.
It's halved.
13.
That's my mathing. 12, right? Because 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 points damage. Just slashing. It doesn't seem to be having much of an effect. This creature seems to be still perfectly fine after taking 12 damage. It seems to be like still standing strong. Malreinn is still unconscious, unfortunately. It is Markus's turn.
Yeah. Markus is going to first off come over here, use 1 lay on hands point on.
Okay, so we'll just use 1 point, just quickly touch him, bit of health restored, and he manages to come to consciousness.
Okay, and not seem to be responding to Markus's attempts at peace. So Markus is instead come up here and smack them in the face with a sword.
Okay. Smack him in the face with the sword of peace.
Yes.
With advantage. Let me redo that.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not going to be enough. Just barely managed to dodge out of the way. Her ghostly form seems to phase in and out of this door a little bit, using it for more cover. And she just sort of dodges. Anything else you want to do? Yeah, that's your turn, isn't it? It is. Oh, that was weird. I was on the wrong screen for a second. I was on the recording screen. So I was like, why can't I change the turn order? It's Faendal's turn. No, cantrips you can use whenever. It's just tieflings have some abilities that they can only use once a day. Like Hellish Rebuke and when they level up Darkness. And I think there's a third one they can use. No, I think there's only two, because they can also use Thaumaturgy. But yeah, you can only use like Hellish Rebuke once a day. But cantrips you can use whenever, infinitely. They're basically what wizards use when they run out of spells. Okay, yeah, that's easy enough. You sort of just pick up the children bag. And which elf are you bringing it to? Old or young? The one that's not laughing. Okay, so you bring it to her, and you watch as this is your action. So I think is your action or a bonus action to move it? Can someone cast Mage Hand so I can see? You can use your action to control the hand. So yeah, you sort of just you spend your action, bring this bag over. She bats it out of this magical hand, and it drops to the ground. And she's like, in Elvish, which I don't think you understand, she's like, "No, murderer!" So that happens. That's your action. You still have a movement and a bonus action. You could inspire someone if you want. Hey, Therud gets inspired. Just a quick bardic inspiration, as it's Therud's turn.
Alright.
I forgot about Mala. Mala's here as well.
Maller's not here on your turn. Fake news. Alright, I will.
You can't command him, no, not really, when you're unconscious. I will say Mala will like attack things if it's attacking you, though.
I'm gonna throw an ice knife at the old one.
Okay, I think you have advantage because if it's incapacitated, right? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'll check the conditions list.
Conditions.
Oh, it just can't take actions or reactions. So you don't have advantage, but it's just a standard thing.
Yeah.
It's more that they just can't do shit.
Oh boy.
You actually watch as she looks quite panicked as she's laughing, and she tries to raise her hand to cast some sort of reactionary spell, but she just keeps laughing and can't quite get the words out for the somatic thing for the spell. This thing shoots through her and does math. 14 plus 11 is 25? Oh Jesus, that was hard math.
11, 17, yeah, 25. And then the 10 also goes to the other one if they fail.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to actually make a saving throw, don't I?
Fortress has to make one too.
Oh, she does fail it. And it's within 5 feet. So yeah, the other young one is going to make a saving throw, which is going to take. No, the piercing damage. The cold damage is the thing that explodes outwards, right?
Yeah.
Not the piercing damage. So she's going to take 14 points. And Fortress is going to make one as well. Fortress rolled not enough, so it's going to take 14 as well because it doesn't have resistance cold. This icy explosion happens. I tell you, spell attacks are the way to go for like dealing lots of damage as a mage. Anything else you would like to do?
No.
Okay. In that case, it is the young undead elf's turn. who is looking around, just like kind of passively to see who she should like try attacking, and looking around, she's going to let out this. It's not quite a scream, but it's more like a roar. Her eyes go black, and she seems to try and terrify everyone around you. Everyone is going to need to make me wisdom saving throw. I think the fortress is affected by this as well, which the fortress is going to fail, and I'll make. And you,
What's the? It's a D6.
what's the d6?
Or wait, what's the inspiration? Is it D6?
Yeah, it's a d6 right now.
It's not even worth rolling.
Okay. Like this is your last chance to use it if you want to use it. Mala also needs to make one.
Oh, it's my last chance right now.
Like if you not your last chance to use inspiration, but if you want to use the saving throw, I need to know now before I start revealing.
No,
what's...
I'm not gonna do
Okay. Okay. Eileen is also going to be affected. Therud is going to be affected, and Malreinn is going to be affected. And is that Mala after Malreinn? I assume is both. Well, Malreinn doesn't need to even make one because he's unconscious. I should have said, but Mala is going to be affected. Markus and Faendal both succeed. I think were those the two to succeed last time as well. Lol. All of you are frightened of the young banshee, so you cannot make. You cannot willing. Is it? I'm just going to check again. I think it's you can't willingly move towards it, and you have disadvantage on attacks against it, or something like that. Yeah, you can't willingly move close to it out of fear, and you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls where the source of so you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while the source of your fear is within line of sight. You can repeat this wisdom saving throw at the start of each of your turns. So Eileen, you can make me another wisdom saving throw. Lime? Maybe a wisdom saving throw first, just to see if you get over this frightening effect. Oh, never mind. It's actually at the end of your turn that you make it. So I'll take that at the end of your turn. You're not frightened, but for this turn you are still frightened. So yeah, what do you want to do? You can do everything. You just can't. Okay, so the only thing you can't do is you can't move closer to the banshees. I think it's obvious at this point that they're banshees, so I might as well name drop them as banshees. Any ability check or attack roll you make while they're in sight is with disadvantage. But the only thing you physically can't do is move closer to them. Yeah, you can use Guiding Bolt. It goes over their heads. You will have disadvantage. I will say they both look fairly injured. Definitely taking a few hits from Fortress and this ice knife. So they both look fairly injured, but they still look like they've got quite a bit of fight left in them. So yeah, who would you like to use Guiding Bolt on? Okay, sure. Make a Guiding Bolt attack with disadvantage. I think it's a spell attack, right? It's not wisdom. It's not saving throw or anything. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, it sails overhead and misses. Please mark off your spells when you use them. But yeah, that was your action. You still have a bonus action if you want to do anything. You've also used a healing word, remember? So that's the second spell you've used. Cool. Didn't know it could get developed. But yeah. Cool. Would you like to do anything else? Movement, bonus action? Okay. You can't move towards them for this turn anyway, because you're like too afraid of them. You can't move towards them at all willingly. If you got pulled towards them or something, that's fine, but you can't willingly move towards them. Okay. So yeah, at the end of your turn, you shake off this fear effect as this old undead elf is going to have to make another wisdom saving throw, which is going to fail again. Yes, this hideous laughter just taking control of her, and she just is just cackling madly. Oh, she actually would have had to make another saving throw when she got hit by the ice knife, so I'll have to make that now. With that, she is going to actually break free, so she does get her turn. This spell breaking her free of the laughter, and she looks around angrily. She's going to move through this door, staying in the fortress's active range, and she can't really get anywhere else, so she's going to attack Mala. Actually, can she do a spell? She can probably do a spell. I need to check what spells. No, she's not going to use a spell. She's just going to attack Mala.
Wow, how rude.
Getting a natural 20. So this is going to hurt. 24, 20, 26 points of damage. Mala's dying. This necrotic hand just claws at Mala. Fortress, punch, punch. Not the young one. Oh god, missing both. Oh no, that is with the rage, so yeah. Jesus, not very accurate. Just unlucky rolls, I guess. So that's all the fortress can really do. Oh, they would have been with disadvantage anyway, I should have mentioned, but he's going to be able to make a save to see if he saves against the fear, which he does not. He's still afraid. It is Malreinn's turn. Malreinn's still unconscious. Mala is going to make a death saving throw. Please make a death saving throw for Mala. Also, the fear effect probably does end when she goes unconscious. Okay, that's one success. Markus's turn. Also, like how nobody's gotten up Malreinn yet, and it's been like several rounds.
No, he got up.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I didn't notice he got up. So yeah, what's Malreinn going to do? Sorry. I didn't realize he was up. It's because he was on 1 health. He's still not prone though. Yeah. This is the first time that the first time, but it took just having a seizure. Just ignore me. Yeah, you can give me a medicine check if you want to try and stabilize Mala. Looking for an 11 or above. Unfortunately, just not enough. That's your action. Still got a movement and a bonus action if you want to do anything. Are you disengaging or just moving? Okay, cool. You just disengage and move back. In that case, it's Markus's turn. Markus said, "Do you want us to leave if we do behind? Maybe a persuasion check with disadvantage now." And who are you talking to? Like, who are you are you just directing this generally, or to one of them is specific? Rob? Okay, so just towards them in generally. Okay, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. They seem to be very angry. Their faces, well, they sort of like Japanese horror, where they sort of start phasing in and out of where they're standing. They're doing that right now. They seem pretty pissed, and they seem like they're closing themselves off to being talked to at this point, just like being so into battle right now. I'll say that is a free action though.
Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sword the young one.
Okay.
It's not what Markus would do. What Markus would probably do is recognize the older one as a greater threat to the more injured people, go after them, and actually he would probably. What Markus would do is he would stay over here, and he would use command on the old elf. Actually,
Okay. Are you disengaging from the young one?
come over here, tell the older elf, hey, but basically just tell them, attack me instead, basically. So, yeah.
Command is only one word.
Okay. So I need to find a way to say that in one word. Here. Back into them, like, to make it clear that basically just come here.
Me.
Alright.
Meme.
Me IRL.
Are you gonna say me?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, give me. I'd say an intimidation check. To just see sort of how much the intent is coming across. Okay, it seems to be pretty clear. What kind of saving throw do I need to make?
I'll just submit this.
Okay. Unfortunately, the spell does not have an effect because the target is undead.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay. Well, there's that. You know that now. That's your turn. It's Faendal's turn. Is Faendal afraid as well? Did Faendal get frightened too? No, he succeeded. He was one of the people who succeeded. Going to cast Hideous Laughter on the young one. Okay. She's going to fail, so she just starts giggling horrendously. It's honestly probably not good for the people who are scared, who are frightened of this creature, that now she's just giggling like a Japanese horror creature. It's thoroughly terrifying, but that's your action. You want to do anything with movement and bonus action? You could inspire someone else if you wanted to. Okay. Markus gets inspired. You can move. Would you like to move? Okay, it's Therud's turn.
Alright.
The Rud.
The Rud. The Rud and only.
I am the Rud and only. So yeah, what's the Rud gonna do?
The Rud and only is going to use. Okay, do I want to do that or that? Sure, I will give Eileen Dragon's Breath.
Okay. So just cast Dragon's Breath so we can see what it does. View it with power and magical energy. Cool.
I will give her cold.
Okay. Eileen, you feel a sudden power surging through you. You feel like your mouth goes very cold in particular. You basically feel like you can breathe cones of cold energy. So yeah, that's that.
Ooh, that's nice, actually.
Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I will cast Frostlight.
Okay. So you're going to gain some health. 6. Okay, you can just add that to your. You know where the temporary. No, I'll just add it on your actual HP to be honest, because it's just oh whoops.
It'll be annoying.
There we go. It would just be because unless it's like you're already on full health, overheal. I just add it as overheal. I think temp P is annoying.
Yeah.
Otherwise. Okay. After an hour that goes, but whatever. Okay, in that case, it's the young undead elf's turn who's going to need to make the saving throw again. She is going to succeed, though. She's going to break free. She's going to, once again, slash at the fortress. Actually, no, she's going to move past the fortress towards Markus and attack him, realizing the fortress is too tanky. That's not going to hit you. No, you've got way good AC. She sort of slashes, but you manage to just block it with the buckler. These long black fingernails. No, hideous laughter. She makes it at the start. Oh, but Bongo, you can make a wisdom saving throw to see if you get out of being frightened. I think it's with hideous laughter. Can you just cast hideous laughter so I can see, please? Okay, I think it's at the start though. It would make sense. Oh no, actually. Oh, at the end. Okay, from now on, it's at the end of the turns. So she should be there. I did not realize that, but thanks for letting me know. Because I know for a lot of spells it's at the start of turns. Okay, yeah, you're unfrightened. No longer frightened. And it is Eileen's turn. Eileen, you feel this cold energy on your lips, as if cold breaths, icy breaths, frost breaths are trying to escape. Yep. Dragon's Breath is such a good spell.
It's very nice. And you can use it like for 1 minute, so you get 10 times basically to use it.
Okay, I think it hits multiple people in a cone. So yeah, you can hit. If you don't mind hitting the fortress, you can hit all of them. You can hit both of the banshees and the fortress. Okay, Bongo, please roll the damage. Because I think they need to make a saving throw, right? Yeah, dex saves. So, best possible outcome: fortress takes half damage, the other two take full. Both of them take full damage. This is cold breath. You exhale this cold breath from your lungs. Fortress takes a bit of frost to his back, but he seems standing. His legs on half. They're looking a bit worse for wear. A couple of solid hits to each of them would probably be enough to knock them out. That's your action. You still have a movement and a bonus action. Oh, you still have a bit of movement. If you've moved to only 10 feet, so you can like move back a bit if you wanted to, or move forward a bit more. Okay, you healing word yourself. And you heal up a bit. As you're speaking the healing words, you just see snowflakes dripping from your mouth like drool. Spellcasting ability modifier. That's already calculated into the healing word. Because it's 1d4 plus something.
Wisdom.
It's like it's yeah.
Wisdom is what her.
It's basically what whatever your wisdom modifier is. But yeah, that's what you do. That's your turn. It is the old undead elf's turn, who looks around, seeing you healing yourself. She's probably gonna want to target you, and that cold breath is pretty scary. She is going to activate. So you watch as on her right hand, she's got these long black fingernails, but her left hand doesn't seem to have long nails. It seems to have quite short nails. But you watch as she sort of pulls from her belt, and this flame erupts from her hand as she pulls out a flaming sword. She's then going to attack you with it,
Oh.
which she's going to hit, dealing some damage. She attacks you, and this you take 8 points of damage as this flaming sword just swipes in front of you. Give me a wisdom saving throw. Lime? We're on 1 health right now. But yeah, she just attacks with this a wisdom saving throw, as she just attacks you with this fiery sword. You look it over. You see this fire just blow up in your face. You go catatonic for just a couple of seconds as you sort of are so terrified of this fire, but you manage to shake off and stay in the moment. They need you in this fight. You're not going to panic. You're very injured, but you sort of keep yourself calm and keep yourself sane. It is the fortress's turn. The fortress still has got disadvantage on attacks because he's frightened. It's going to punch young elf. Going to attack recklessly, actually. I think reckless attack is only for the first attack. Oh no, it's on all attacks. Never mind. It's just what you decide on your first attack. Attacking recklessly. Rah! Oh, they would just be normal because he's Okay, I need to re-roll that because he's attacking with advantage and with disadvantage. So it's not 2 normal attacks. Okay, he's going to take 10 points of damage. It's just punch. These fists don't seem to be having much of an effect. These huge sword fists. They seem to be like wearing her down each strike. It is Malreinn's turn, and Mal is going to need to give me another death saving throw. He is still frightened, though. Not Mala, the fortress. So first, let's do Mala's death save. Natural 1. That's 2 failures. 1 more, and she's dead. It is Malreinn's turn. What would Malreinn like to do? If she gets 1 more death save, she's dead. Okay. You can run up and give me a medicine check if you want, unless you have a healing spell or something.
Ooh.
You almost make things worse. You actually start wrapping these things around, but you've basically, instead of you actually making things worse, you've basically thrown aside all of your defenses to try and save your dog. You're so desperate. Any attacks against you until the start of your next turn will have advantage because you're not caring about defending yourself at all. You're just so intensely trying to save her. It's Markus' turn. You see this Malreinn just scrambling on the floor trying to save his dog. This creature burning at Eileen, the fight looking quite dire.
Okay, so if the fight's looking dire over there, Markus is gonna get. Actually, wait. Okay, so Markus is still within 5 feet of Eileen, so So he's gonna charge forward and just that elf as hard as he can with the sword.
Start attacking. You slice, but this thick bark skin, this thick with two C's, just means it seems to reverberate this blow. It's basically she's thick and she reverberates the blow. Is basically what I'm saying. Anything else? Movement bonus action left? Rob?
Okay, so I have is a medicine check a bonus action?
No, it's an action.
Thing to help Malor out, huh? Actually, I could lay on hands, but I don't feel like using that. Instead, I'm going to use like 4 lay on hand points on Eileen.
4 on Eileen? Was that 4 on Eileen? Okay, cool. Sorry, it's just your mic's cutting out a bit. Okay, that's what you do. Faendal's turn. That's the top of the initiative. What's Faendal gonna do? Okay, casting it again on the young elf. It's gonna succeed this time. The spell just doesn't quite take hold. Still got a movement and a bonus action. Medicine check is an action. Think about what do you mean? Think about Banshee. Sort of like try and recall information on them. Give me probably a history check. You know a bit about banshees. These definitely banshees. Banshees are elven females who have died, but something has caused them to come back as vengeful spirits, usually involving someone pissing them off. You've heard that they can be reasoned with, but it's pretty difficult because they're very combat hungry in that they typically will only stop once they feel like they've fully gotten revenge. And a lot of them take it further than just getting revenge on the person who's wronged them, and they just won't stop until they've been killed. But yeah, if you want to move or inspire someone else. Okay, Eileen gets inspired. And yeah, that's basically all you can do unless you want to move. It is Therud's turn.
Alright. So I am gonna move up to the dog and use healing hands.
Yeah, okay. Touch it and heals by 3 HP. So she's back up. You've still got a movement and a bonus action. Just gonna move right back. Anything you want to do with bonus action, or?
No, I'm good.
Okay, the young undead elf is going to. She's going to phase through the fortress and move here. So just like move right through him, staying in his active range. So she's going to attack. She's going to attack Markus. That is going to hit. And take 7 plus 6 is 13 points of damage. Oh no, 15 because it's 13 plus 2, so 15 points of damage in total. As this dark claw just slashes across your back, she's screaming in Elfish like "Murderer, thief." Eileen, you still got this frosty breath if you want to use it. I will say the young undead elf looks a lot more injured, but both are looking fairly screwed right now. Actually, they both look about the same injured. You could use it. You're proficient in it, so you could definitely do that if you want. Just pull it off your back and just be like, attack. Yeah, I think you're proficient in it. Oh no, you're not. Yeah, you're not. Never mind. I'm remembering now. You're not proficient in it because it just depends on what you pick. If you're proficient in it, so that's why you could start with it. But no, you're not proficient with it. Now remember. Sorry. It depends on what you pick as like a background or things. That's why it exists, because we were confused as to why it was an option to pick it to start with it when you wouldn't be proficient with it. But that's why. And you still be able to use it, you just have disadvantage. No, you wouldn't have disadvantage, you just wouldn't have your proficiency bonus. So it'd literally be the same as using any other melee weapon, it just wouldn't get that +2. Okay, if you're casting Guiding Bolt, it will be with disadvantage because you've got an enemy within 5 feet of you. You could disengage and step back a bit first. Okay. So you do that, and which one are you casting on, old or young? Okay. Fire the Guiding Bolt. That's just going to be enough to hit. This radiant damage bursts against her and sends her like falling back a bit. She sort of like half phases into the door before phasing back out as she just looks at you. She's on her last limb and she looks at you very intensely, this fire growing in her hand as she just like is furiously looking at you. In Elvish, she basically screams at you, "Murderer, killer!" It is now her turn. She's going to rush towards you. Fortress gets an attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
No, for some reason, like every time I hear the word murderer, I just think of like that one clip from Until Dawn. Like, Vicky, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
So freaking much.
Yeah. So basically, as she starts running at you, and you sort of start panicking as this flaming sword starts swinging down towards you. But from behind you, the fortress slams his sword hand through her, and she just falls over, dissipating into mist, dead. Of course, Dabo Dabo kills her with an attack of opportunity when he's not here. It is now the fortress's turn. Fortress turns to the side. I think the fear effect. No, the fear effect was coming from the other one, so he would have had to make another. Okay, he's not fearful anymore, so he is going to attack recklessly, attacking this young banshee. Rah! Hitting both, dealing 4 plus 6, 10 points of damage. She's now looking very injured, and she's just screaming in Elvish, many words, including some obscenities. Some Elvish obscenities, and Malreinn is up. Your doggy's safe. You're on 1 health. Okay, just pick up your crossbow and fire. It's going to be enough to hit. Do 6 damage to pass through her. She's currently on 1 health, I'll tell you. So there's that. Would you like to do anything else? You've got movement and bonus action if you can do anything. What do you mean heal? Do you have like a healing spell? Your dog is okay. She's up now. You do have a healing spell, right? Yeah, if you want to use the cure wounds, you can. I don't think you've actually used a spell yet in the game. Okay, so just move to the side and touch her. Just cast Cure Wounds. It's on your attacks list. And you can also mark it off on your spells list that you've used one of your spell slots. Okay, you heal Eileen by 6. And if you want to move, that's basically all you could do. In that case, it's Markus's turn. This thing, it looks tattered. It doesn't actually have any blood coming off of it, but you see its clothes are all torn. Its ghostly form fading in and out. It's fucked. You just turn around, swing down your greatsword, and it dissipates into a mist. You are now out of initiative. So we'll just grab back the bag of jewels, okay? I will say basically everyone is kind of exhausted after that fight, apart from the fortress. I wouldn't say you have a point of exhaustion, I'm just saying this fight took a lot out of you. Inspirations fade off within a minute, and so does the remnants of Lime's frosty breath. Okay. You sort of go in. Assuming you take this light coin with you to sort of just light up the room a bit. You look around. You don't see treasure particularly, but you do see a couple of things of interest. Just give me an investigation check, anyone who wants to look around the room. Okay. See, everyone's just so exhausted. Everyone's just so exhausted from this fight that they feel like they're doing a good job, but your vision's going hazy from all the injuries you've sustained. You don't need to roll for that if you're just going to pick up the things that are on the bodies. You see very, very, very broken up leather armor that you barely could. Fortress will make investigation. Okay, he rolled a natural 1. Yeah, but just looking over the bodies, the only thing of interest that you find, well, you see the 2 bodies. They look very different. The first one is similar to the human with this tattered leather armor, which seems so broken up that you couldn't even successfully take the armor. Probably it would probably just be like a bunch of shitty fabric. The only other thing is you can see it's clutching very tightly in one hand a dagger, and in the other hand is clutching a bone and ruby necklace. Okay, each of you just add those things. You can't investigate again. But taking a quick look around the room, the other thing you do notice is these closed coffins, each with an elvish name, an elaborate elvish name, which I'm not going to list because I don't think I have the names. But yeah, the other body that you see on the floor isn't wearing much, wearing fancy looking but very old clothing. Seems to be much older, probably around 50 years old or so, and seems just like a skeleton at this point. The clothing is all moth-eaten and like very old.
Markus is going to do a second divine scent.
Okay, this time you actually sense something strange. You actually, as you're sort of doing this, you sort of put a prayer to your deity. You sort of get it's not so much words, but you get the feeling that Odin is pleased with you. Sort of a warm, pleasant feeling, and you don't sense any more presence of undead.
Warm, pleasant feeling because we are looting a tomb.
Well, you get the feeling that he sort of is just very like happy with how you handled it. Generally, killing undead creatures is good.
Generally. And also stopping your friends from being unconscious.
Yeah.
What Markus is going to say. Markus is going to be like, okay, refuel the check around. Don't think there's any more undead. If there is, then yes. Don't be too stupid.
Give me a strength check. This very, very old coffin, quite heavy.
We'll be back in a minute.
Rip Rob.
Rip Rob. Not a strength saving throw, just a strength check. With the 10, it's very heavy, but you managed to push it off enough to see inside. And with the light from the coin, you can see it's just a young elven woman dressed in very fine clothing, decked out in jewelry. But very old, like a skeleton at this point. You reckon, just as a very rough estimate, probably something like 70, 60, 50, something like that years old. Been down here a while. Yeah, you push this one open to seems to be the same sort of thing. Female skeleton dressed in very fine clothing, a little bit more toned down clothing, but still very decked out in jewelry. Clearly, just rich elven female corpses. So, yeah, anyone like to do anything else? Okay, sort of close up the coffins and don't take anything. But yeah, is there anything else people would like to do? I will say eventually, you explore the other sides of the tomb as well. This crypt, they seem to be a similar story, just smaller areas filled with skeletons, elven skeletons, dressed in fine clothing. But the ones upstairs don't seem to have any jewelry, as if they've already been taken by something. Probably these human corpses were tomb raiders. and were sort of going down here to see what they could loot from here, and then got ambushed by the banshees. You're not quite sure about the other corpse, though. The elven man. Male elven corpse that's just lying on the ground. It doesn't seem to belong in a coffin anywhere. Okay, I hope people just heading back to the camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll like check in on people, see how they're doing, stuff like.
Yeah. As you're heading back to where the camp is, you don't see anything. Where you left the tiefling woman, you don't see the mule. You don't see her.
Oh, she stole the mule.
Give me a perception check. Just anyone who wants to. Yeah. Markus definitely sees it. Most of you just don't see anything, but Markus, you see a small shimmer, like a strange, almost like a strange miasma, where like there's an illusionary spell going on. And stepping a bit close to investigate it, you see the tiefling woman emerge as if stepping out of nowhere. She's like, "Oh, goodness, you're all injured. Please come in." And she sort of turns around and steps back into this strange miasmic dome, which you can now see. And she just steps inside and basically disappears from your vision.
Oh.
Okay, if you want to step inside, you just step inside this this strange invisible dome, and as you step inside, you're immediately greeted by slightly hot conditions. It's not like overwhelmingly hot, but it's considerably warmer than outside. I will say, Markus, you get a little bit. It's not like your ideal temperature, but everyone else is very pleasantly warm compared to the cold weather outside. You can see that you're in effectively like a small little hut, kind of like imagine like an igloo sort of shape. Just a small little hut. The mule is there, just sitting down and resting, and she's like, "But please sit down and rest. I didn't realize there was something so dangerous inside. What happened?"
Just know they were banshees.
Yeah, you can sort of, if you just want to explain things to her. Hundreds of them. If you're exaggerating, give me a deception check.
Markus will step in. No, 2 banshees. 2 banshees.
Oh,
200
okay.
banshees.
I have heard it would be strange to see 100 of those creatures in the same place. Even seeing 2 together would be quite rare. She seems to catch on that you're lying to her quite easily because of Markus interjecting.
I don't
know. Oh well, take rest. I'm not very proficient in healing people, but I'm sure with some rest you'll be fine. You can stay here for the night. This dome will protect us. Yeah, if you guys want to take a long rest, you can.
Sure.
Okay, I think that's a good place of ending it. Unless there's anything people want to do, anything pressing people want to do.
By the way, like I'm just putting it there now. Markus's like character development is entirely dependent on how you people interact with him. Like,
so what you're saying is he literally is Astra.
What I'm saying is, depending on how you guys handle this, you can probably fairly easily corrupt him. Well, how about you? Vein is Astra. It's as in say like this extends. Like borderline like no face from Spirited Away. impressionable Markus is right now.
Wow.
A racial slur?
Meatbag's kind of a racial slur. I guess. Although if it's a slur against every single race, is that really a racial slur?
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I think all races are equally inferior.
it's still an insult mixed with a compliment, no matter how you spin it.
what if I rotated 180 degrees?
Woof 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 woof.
Woof, woof.
But yeah, I think. But yeah, I think if
Does he call other Kenkus meatbags? Malreinn, what is and isn't a meatbag? Are there any races excluded from it, or?
Dabo's race.
I think he has.
Nazi meat?
I think he literally has called the fortress a meatbag as well. It's like a robotic meatbag or something like that at one point.
Ganassi meatbags?
Okay.
Here. This is a good way to.
But yeah,
spin
I think this is. Oh wow. Anyway, I think that is a good place to end it. So yeah, session done.
Done. Dun dun dun. Session numero tumero.
Numero dos. So yeah, what do you guys think of that one?
That was hard.
Well, it would have helped if 4 people didn't fail the
think we had a
easy
choice.
saving throw to make.
We didn't have a choice.
Oh, you could
It
have
would have
definitely.
helped our fight so much if we had just been luckier.
Well, kinda, yeah. Plus, yeah. I mean, it also would have helped if you didn't get ambushed by them and you actually snuck in and attacked, or you could have talked to them if you weren't in such a so caught off guard. This was basically a mixture of bad luck and unlucky choices.
Rip.
Definitely a bit
Bad
tougher.
luck.
It was mostly bad luck, yeah.
Obviously, the main cause of this is Eileen not being quiet.
I will say one thing. I know who the MVP of this session was. Probably the reason you didn't die was probably most likely down to Faendal with his hideous laughters. Having
Oh, that was great.
the old woman be unable to do anything for 2 whole rounds was huge for bringing you back after a really bad
Yeah.
start.
That was
He
amazing.
was just running around healing everyone.
Bards are extremely useful if played correctly.
Yeah, that was
They
great.
rarely get
extremely
here's the thing, they rarely get
useful
kills,
later in
but a good bard can literally make later on, in the campaign or whatever, if you see maybe a spellcaster and a bunch of grunts, the bard can literally keep that spellcaster locked down, unable to do anything, while everyone else deals with the grunts, and then you can finish off the spellcaster or something like that.
The bard
Bards are very
helps
effective
other
at-
people kill people.
Yeah, bards are the definition of a support. I would even say they're the only support class. Even when you take things like clerics, they're not really support classes. They're more just weird mages that can heal.
Bards have a really weird a way in terms of how they grow, because they probably start out as one of the weakest classes, yet later on they become one of the strongest. They're one of those.
Yeah, a lot of spellcasters actually start off strong and then get weaker as they go, or they get overruled by. I think it's weird, yeah. Super early on in the game, people like rangers and fighters and barbarians are the strongest, and super late in the game, warriors, barbarians, and rangers are really good. It's just in the from levels 5 to 15 or so, it's the spellcaster's time to shine.
That's the goal.
Especially wizards are probably the best example of characters that are just completely shit early on because they fall down when a tiny breeze blows on them.
I don't know
I
how many
did
people
great.
get the joke I just made.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, that guy was great. I love that guy. Freaking
We'll get that joke, but
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Okay. See you, Lime.
go on.
Peace out. Well, you gotta protect him from death.
In all fairness, them getting a crit on Malor and stuff like that, they got a lot of huge damage on their thing. Because their thing only does 3d6 damage plus 2, which is a decent chunk of damage, you know, but it's like a burning hands on one person. So it's not like insurmountable. They just got really good rolls with the damage of their claws.
Actually, though, like Donald, if you don't protect him in the beginning, he dies super fast. But once you get him powerful, he becomes like the most powerful unit in the game.
I didn't really get leveled up with him much, but it was pretty cool. I just had him. He was just there. CC, Fire Emblem. I still have to finish, what is the one? The Echoes. I have to finish Echoes still.
The main problem with Echoes is all of the random encounter things that can happen, like
That's exactly why I haven't been
later on,
playing
where
it.
it's just like you move around, you get into a new battle.
Wow, I just moved, and now
waste
someone
of
is
time.
about to attack me that isn't related to the story at all, and I have to fight them.
It would be nice if you could disable that, but
Like in Fire Emblem Awakening or in just the other two, Birthright and Conquest, you can just go and just like, oh, I want to fight these people. But then at this, it's like, you must fight these people.
oh, you just have to just 20 enemy patrols just keep running into you through sheer coincidence.
I just can't get to the actual story. It's like, I want to play the game.
Successfully run away from them in like chapter 3 or whatever, because you're in 2 different groups, so even if you want run away with one group, the other group will just be attacked.
It's so amazing. Oh, I hate it so much.
Decision.
But yeah, that was good.
That was good. Bueno.
I also like how you almost split up. It would have been very funny if half the people tried fighting the Banshees.
I was so against that. I was like, no, that's a terrible idea. I knew it was going to be something bad if we did that.
I think it's one of those things that a good rule of thumb for splitting up is splitting up in towns is generally okay because you can easily get guards to help you if you're in danger, or there's never going to be like a huge monster attacking a town unless it's like super late in the campaign. In dungeons, though, I typically plan every encounter around there being 6 people, so stay within screaming distance of each other.
No,
Also,
we would be like turns away from each other, though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to get to each other.
I think it's one of those things that you should always be within range to be able to at least run and like I think I'm trying to think of the way of saying it. I think you should always be within one round of combat of everyone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, you only have to spend one of your entire rounds running to get in a range where you can actually do something.
As soon as we started splitting up, I just had Markus go with the squishier people. That way, if something horrible did go wrong, they wouldn't be dead in 2 turns.
I think also another rule of thumb is if you are going to split up, make sure you're not splitting up like 5 people go one way, 1 person goes the other way. At least have like at least 2 people. The buddy system.
The buddy system, man.
Because if one person goes down the hallway and gets killed by a gelatinous cube, then none of the other people even know that they're fighting a gelatinous cube. Yeah, you are. You can stand to use spells a bit more though. If you don't be too worried about using spells, especially because a ranger doesn't. It's one of those things that things like Bongo is someone, for instance, who really needs to be careful about when he uses spells, because if he runs out, he's going to be kind of shit in combat. Rangers can afford to use them whenever. You've got Cure Wounds, so Cure Wounds is a pretty solid thing to just be like, oh, I'm just going to heal this person because I can't really get a good shot off this turn. And Hunter's Mark is not shit. If you use Hunter's Mark, it makes you do more damage every time you hit someone. I can't remember what your other one is, though. I'll check. Oh, and the other one's good for like circumventing encounters, but it's very situational. Oh, conjure woodland beings.
I'm gonna go now. So
I think it's conjure woodland beings.
Alright.
Conjure woodland beings level 4 though. Jesus. Conjuration is pretty good if you want to have more things for the enemies to hit. Be like, hey, don't hit me, hit this rabbit that I just summoned.
Wow.
Sacrificial rabbit.
Wabbit.
Oh yeah, I need to do a drawing of this session.
Drawing
so
of the
yeah.
session.
But yeah, I'll see you guys later. It was fun.
Peace out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tune in next time for another exciting episode of No Name for Now 6.
Speaking in a country accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Boy.